Hi, I'm Ellie, and this is a part 2 for a woman reacting to men's dating profiles. And I just want to say that, oh my goodness, I'm going to be nice. I'm going to be super, super sweet and nice. I really care about men. Really was actually taken back by how many men were triggered, because the video is really to help men understand how women are responding to your dating profiles. When I'm on Facebook dating, for example, I see so many men complaining that women don't respond to their profiles, and a lot of your profiles are not good. And so it's just because men and women are very different. And so, yeah. But I do want to acknowledge there was probably a lot of men who didn't spew angry comments, who are able to take a little criticism. It's important that we're able to take a little criticism, right? Women need you to be emotionally strong, first of all. So to all those men who responded with hateful comments, calling me old, for example, that's just showing that you don't have emotional intelligence, that you're not able to control your emotions, and that is never going to appeal to women. So just want to clarify a few things. I have a really good memory. I threw out the printed out copies of the dating profiles. But for one, I just want to say the most important thing on a man's dating profile is that you actually speak. Women, we need to feel safe, and in order to feel safe, we need to know about you. We need to know your perspective on women, for example. There's a lot of battle of the sexes going on pretty strongly right now, and both men and women are not trusting each other. This is really sad because we're in our power when we come together as men and women. Yeah. So I just wanted to clarify some things. So yeah, men, if you don't speak on your profile, women are going to be much, much less likely to respond. A lot of men, I think that they don't say anything on their profile. Maybe they don't know what to say. Some are looking for hookups, but even a woman who's also looking for a hookup, she's still going to need to know that she's safe. She's going to need to know your energy. How are you coming at her? She needs to know something about you. So not speaking on your profile is your number one mistake. A couple of things I remember, some profiles. So I want to say first, there was this profile of a man who was saying, looking for friends with benefits, doesn't have to be a lot of women with benefits, just one. And I pointed out that wasn't my man, right? But this is a really good man. So it's beautiful. It's so good to just be honest and say what you want on your profile. Second, so there was this profile who said, let me show you my Pokemon cards and smoke. And I was like, mm-mm. It's not about the Pokemon cards or smoking. It's just that you don't want to lead with that. So women want a balance of playfulness and seriousness. We need to know that you can hold both, that you have a sense of humor, and also that you can take things seriously when you need to. So if you don't have some sort of balance there, they're either going to think you're way too serious, not playful, or they're going to think that you don't have the ability to be responsible and take things seriously when you need to. And Pokemon cards, there's nothing wrong with Pokemon cards. Actually, I'm choosing to date someone now. I'm so excited. I found someone I'm going to start dating. He loves Pokemon cards. So it's not the Pokemon cards. It's don't lead with that, or not only with that. Have something else in there. There was a man who said, I stand by the first post. He said nothing else besides mediocre MMA fighter. And again, women were learning to take what men say seriously. A lot of women are really emotionally maturing. We're ahead of the game on men, unfortunately. And so it's good for women to give men some patience, but not ultimate patience, right? So let's see. Women want to know on your profile, they want to know what you're looking for clearly. Women want clarity. We need that. We want to know how you feel about relationships. We want to know how you feel about yourself, your outlook on life, and we want to know your interests. Women are not going to just choose profiles based on looks. And in fact, most women we'll find a man either more or less attractive once he starts talking. So it's his energy. What kind of man is he? This is going to either heighten our attraction or really lower it. So what were some of the other profiles? So anytime a man is yelling or complaining in a profile, automatically going to be a huge turnoff. That screams drama to us. It screams bad attitude to us. So we want to know that you're going to be kind. Yeah, women want kind guys. We don't want nice guys. We don't want people pleasers, but we definitely want a guy that is going to be kind, that is going to be pouring into us and not ripping us down. So it's beautiful to be honest in your profiles, but to understand that when you're starting a profile off complaining, I think that's the most profile that I see, honestly, from men, is complaints. Either at some point in the profile, they're complaining about women, and that's just, it's not going to fly. You're not going to get responses. One of the other things I see all the time is men yelling at women about not liking fish pictures, which is so strange to me. Maybe because I actually really love a man who fishes. I find that to be attractive, and I don't mind fishing pictures. What I do notice in the fishing pictures is that a lot of times the men are like dirty, their clothes are dirty, and so I understand if you're out in the wild, like, you can get dirty, but women definitely want a man that is hygienically clean. I'm sure men want the same for women too. So I don't think it's the fish pictures. What I do notice with the fish pictures, though, is that a lot of time men are holding beers. That's attractive to me, maybe because I don't drink alcohol. But if you have a picture of you with a beer in every profile, unless you're wanting to attract a woman who's a heavy drinker, that's unattractive to a woman in profiles for sure. But fish pictures, I don't see anything wrong with it. I love a man that fishes. Yeah, what else? So complaining is definitely a no. Yeah, we just want to know that we're looking for the same thing, that we share some same interests, and we want to know that you are not one of those men who hate women. If you hate women, why are you trying to date one? Just be like that really good guy who said, I'm just looking for a hookup. That's awesome. I see a lot of men openly saying that they're into polygamy, they're ethically non-monogamous. So again, that's not for me, obviously, but I really appreciate the honesty. Women don't want to be tricked, just like men don't want to be tricked. But I can tell you, men, women are wanting strong men. They're wanting men who can manage their emotions, their difficult emotions. It's typical for a lot of men, not all men. There are so many incredible men. I'm a huge supporter of men. I really do. I love men. There's a lot of men who have learned how to provide their own masculine containment, and they can manage their very difficult, uncomfortable emotions. So women, that's one of our top values, because we're emotional beings, and when we get emotional, it's our responsibility also to speak in a way that is going to be respectful, that's not going to be hurtful, not blurting out our emotions onto you, nor closing off and avoiding our emotions. So a lot of men are still in this phase, understandably, and I could go into why this is the case, but a lot of men do not know how to handle their emotions. They do one of two things. They lash out and they hurt with their words when they're hurt. They get really defensive. As soon as someone gets defensive, they stop listening to their partner. So now there's complete unworkability. Women are very emotional beings. That is our superpower, actually. It is how we connect to our deep intuition, our direct line to the divine. We want to be honored for who we are, and we need to know that our emotional self is going to be safe with you. So we need men to start providing their own masculine containment, and to not do those two things, not to either run and hide from their emotions or to lash out and hurt. So this is just never going to equal a healthy relationship, and a lot of women are really frustrated with men because they're choosing their peace over love. I'm in that spot. I love love, and I really want to be in a relationship with a man, but I am for sure choosing my peace over love. I will not sacrifice that. So any way that you can show a woman in your profile, if it's true, you don't want to lead her on, that you are able to handle it, your emotions, is going to be really positive. Showing a woman that you are going to bring her clarity, being really clear on what you want, is going to work really well for you. Yeah, and it's just this balance, like I said, of the seriousness and the playfulness. We want to see both, and we want to know that you are safe. Even a woman who just wants a hookup, she's definitely gonna need to know that you're safe. So I was really surprised that I triggered so many men. And you know what is really interesting? That men think that calling a woman old is offensive. I don't find being old offensive at all. It's a part of life. It shows wisdom. We have life experience. I'm not afraid to get old. Yeah, so I'm really sorry that I offended so many men, but if you were triggered by that video, that is shining a light on your inner work. When we are triggered by someone else, it's a little bit different when we're in a relationship, because we need to caretake our partner's nervous system. We need to care if our actions and our words are hurting our partner, and we need to make changes to not keep repeating that. But if you're listening to someone on a video and they trigger you, that is 100% your responsibility. It is 100% about what is living within you, your pain body, and it's your responsibility. And it's going to be super attractive to women if you as a man take accountability for that and work through your own emotions. So yeah. All right, I just wanted to come on here and say that. It was really shocking, the reactions that I got from that video, but I still love you, men. Yeah. Okay, well, if you like this video, go ahead and like it. Speak to me in the comments, and I would love it if you would support me by subscribing, and I will love to connect with you soon. Thank you.